Yeah, so it was about 10 years ago. We got a new dog, a new puppy that I was planning on using for hunting. And it's an upland bird hunting dog. It's a Hungarian Vizsla, and so I was pretty intent on training this thing. So I had a lot more time back then. I did not have any kids at the time. So the way that I wanted to train it was you use live birds, and we had some training grounds close to our house, and you usually buy these quail or pheasants, and you place them out in this field. You let the dog run around. He smells them. He goes on point. You kind of go over. You kick the bush. The bird flies out. You shoot a couple blanks, just to get the dog used to the sound of the gun and being around the birds. But I was also pretty cheap, so I didn't want to pay for purchasing all these quail and pheasants from the pheasant farm. So at the same time, we were doing a project in downtown Milwaukee that consisted of installing concrete overlays on dozens of bridges, and all this work had to be done at night just because of the lane closures. So while I was down in downtown Milwaukee at night, I noticed that there's like hundreds, thousands of pigeons underneath these bridges. So I'm like, well, I wonder if I could use them. So so it turned out that I started trapping a number of these pigeons, and I do that by I joined the crew for the safety huddle, got them going, and then assuming everything was going right with the pour, I was able to drag our foreman down underneath the bridge, and we'd spend a couple hours just catching pigeons using a big fishing net. And we looked totally legit because we had PPE on, we had the trucks with the strobe lights, so we looked like we were there for a purpose. But I put the birds in a cage in the trunk of my car, went home, and I'd use all these pigeons for training my dog. So and just in case any of your listeners are concerned, there was no pigeons that were harmed in this process. In fact, I felt like I was doing them a service by removing them from the city and kind of transferring them out to this beautiful nature preserve. So that so yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights of my career with the bridge construction company.